Welcome to Anime to Watch. A young boy known as the Duke of Death is cursed by a witch so that any living thing he touches dies, so his noble mother banishes him to a mansion far away. He's saved by a maid, Alice, a childhood friend who, despite knowing his touch would be fatal, enjoys tempting him with her body so she can enjoy his reactions and is the only one who spends any time with him. Another childhood friend, Philip, asks if he can visit and Duke agrees as he hopes to have friends again. Philip arrives with guards who stop Duke from getting too close, ruining Duke's hopes. Philip is scared when Duke accidentally touches a plant which withers away and tries to convince Alice to leave Duke, whom he calls a monster. Philip reveals Duke's mother forced him to visit as a spy, revealing she hopes to replace Duke as family heir with his younger brother and cut Duke off from the family entirely. Philip then leaves, swearing to never visit again. Duke is heartbroken but swears one day break his curse and repay all of Alice's kindness by confessing his love and asking her to marry him. Rob, Duke's elderly butler, returns to work, but Duke worries as Rob has bad eyesight and is constantly in danger of bumping into Duke. Duke begins focusing on his piano, hoping to one day make a living writing songs. He plays Alice a song he wrote for her and Alice almost kisses him. After he falls asleep, Duke is abruptly visited by his sister Viola, who has an annoying girl personality. Viola instantly sees Duke is smitten with Alice and teases him. She surprisingly tells Duke to break his curse quickly so he can come home. She then bumps into Rob, accidentally revealing she has a crush on him. A cat wanders into the mansion, putting Duke on edge as he can't predict if the cat will try to touch him. Rob finds a confusing note in its collar asking for forgiveness, leading Duke to believe the cat was abandoned. Releasing it outside, Duke sees it actually has a wife and several kittens. Later that night, Duke asks Alice to dance, and though it is difficult, they manage to waltz without touching. With the dance over, Duke nervously asks Alice how she feels about him and she admits she loves and adores him. Alice asks Duke to a festival in town, with Duke in a costume heavy enough he won't pose a danger. A masked woman named Dileth recognizes Alice as Sharon Endred's daughter. Duke helps a lost child feel better by playing a piano, his skill causing the crowd to dance. After seeing a novelty mask of his face, Duke realizes rumors about his curse are spreading. Alice tells Duke a tale about a princess whose prince was imprisoned on the moon, so every year she sends him a kiss. Duke becomes depressed. On a date, he cannot touch Alice, but she assures him that being close is enough. Later, Alice summons him to her room, and while she pretends it is for perverted reasons, she just helps him relax so he can sleep. Duke invites her on a boat to watch a meteor shower, but when she falls in, he's unable to catch her. Alice demands a kiss even if it kills her, but when he refuses, she reveals it was a trick, so she could tip him into the water as well. They miss the meteors, and Duke is upset. He couldn't tell Alice how much he adored her. He planned it. Alice doesn't mind and tells him to try again at the next meteor. Duke is concerned about taking a shower in 10 years. Alice stops teasing him but is relieved to discover she just has a cold after she recovers, and Alice asks the Duke to spend the day in the snow and gives him a Alice needed her scarf to return inside. Alice notices she has dropped an earring belonged to her mother. Duke sneaks outside to locate it, but passes out in the cold. A nearby bat transforms into a girl and helps him recover. When she discovers he's a noble assisting a maid, she decides he has potential uses for magic. To find the earring and introduce herself as a witch, Duke and invites her to his court inside, where Alice is happy he found her earring. Cough explains that she distrusts humans, killed her as witch hunters. Parents and being half-human witches avoid her, so she never learned about curses. She reveals her friend might know something, but when Duke suggests she seemed to really like her friend based, she exclaims how much she trusts him. A window and vanishes. Alice reminisces about one of the last times Duke able to touch her, defending her from bullies, and he claims snow makes her appear to be a snow fairy visiting, and Alice needs to learn how to make a cute face. Unfortunately, Alice is already a master of making Duke look cute, whereas Viola embarrasses herself making a cute face at Rob. Vivian insists on helping Alice cook, but keeps getting distracted by Rob. Admits to being jealous. Duke has people to support him through his curse and reminds him to find a cure before their Duke becomes younger brother. Duke takes Alice ice skating and meets a white crow that transforms into a human named Zane, a magic user, and Cuff's friend. They decide to take part in ice skating, where Duke becomes jealous of Cuff and Zane that they can have physical contact, whereas Zane is jealous Duke and Alice can be honest about their feelings. Cuff decides to take Duke to the next witch's sabbath where Duke might locate the witch that cursed him. Viola decides to stay the night in Alice's room, where they discuss love and Viola's desire for an older sister since her mother tends to ignore her. Alice advises Duke to pay more attention to her sister in the future. Duke realizes that his conservatory is overgrown. Using his curse he kills the unnecessary plants, then despite them being dead braids the flowers into a crown for Alice. A cat steals Alice's gown while she showers, forcing her to wear Duke's coat and allowing ample opportunities to tease him. They found the gown ruined, which upsets Alice as it was the one Duke liked. Cuff and Zane take Suke and Alice to the Sabbath disguised as witches. Duke is surprised when the Sabbath turns out to be an administrative meeting lasting only 5 minutes. Dear left, the Sabbath leader confronts Alice and Duke, revealing she only met Alice's mother once and had also met Duke as a child. She also reveals the witch who cursed Duke is dead, but she had been a genius magic user, so Duke's curse probably can never be removed. She then burns their disguises, forcing them to flee.